Good morning, class. Welcome back. Today's topic is children at work. As you may gather from the topic, children at work is the story about children who are made to work. So it's a story about child labor. I've sent you a PPT in which you will see how child labor is very troublesome for a society, how children are troubled by things that they are not supposed to do. That's what the story is about here. This story has been picked up from a book named From Trash on Ragpicker Children and Recycling. The authors are Geeta Wolf, Anushka Ravishankar and Arijit Sen. Let's understand the authors first. Let's know more about them. Then we will understand the chapter. Geeta Wolf has written 17 books for children and adults. She is considered as the original and creative voice in contemporary Indian publishing. What is contemporary? Contemporary is the same time as anyone. Who's our contemporary? The person who's living at our time. Okay? I hope you've heard about or read about this word or understood this word in history before. Then Anushka Ravishankar, she is an internationally acclaimed Indian writer. Then Arijit Sen. Arijit Sen is a graphic designer. In 1988, diverse graphic exhibition and textile design related projects he undertook them. He is also the co-founder of People Tree, again a design firm. Before we begin the chapter, I hope you have pre-read. If you've pre-read, you may have had some queries about the new words. Let's understand them first and then we'll understand the chapter. Pulled in is obviously to unload or load something or passengers or goods onto something. She was pulled in onto the train. Get off is getting off or alighting from a vehicle. Wobbly is unsteady. Jelly is generally wobbly. So when something is jelly like unsteady, it is wobbly. Porter is the person who carries your luggage. If you've seen on railway stations, you'll see coolies. They are porters. People who earn their living by carrying luggage. Bumping, when you dash against something. I bumped into the mattress or I bumped into the pillar. So you dash into something. Dash against something. Miserable is unhappy or uncomfortable. Exhausted is extremely tired. Banyan, I hope you all know, it's a Hindi word for a vest. Stiff is something firm or hard. These are the new words for this chapter. If you have anything else that you don't understand, we'll discuss it in the group. Okay? Now let's move on and understand the chapter. Who is it about? What is it about? What message are the writers trying to convey to us? I've told you every chapter that is there in your book has a reason to be there. Now this story, Children at Work, is about Velu. Velu is a boy from a village. He's not been in a city before and he's never been alone. Now you see, the story begins when the Kanyakumari Express is pulled in at Chennai Central, coming in onto the station. It took Velu some time to get off because he was unsure that he wanted to get off or not. Now he's getting off, but his legs felt wobbly. Why? Because he was uncertain. Whenever you are unsure, whenever you are conscious, whenever you don't know what to do, you feel uncertain. And then you may feel wobbly, lightheaded. And he sees that there is a lot of commotion on the railway station. People are asking him to get out of the way. He doesn't know where to go. So he's seeing so many people around and he's confused. There are people everywhere. And in all his 11 years, that means Velu is 11 years old. He had never seen so many people. He's been in a village. We all know villages are less populated than cities. He had run away from his village 2 days ago. So Velu is a runaway child. He left his village and he ran away. He had eaten nothing but peanuts. So he did not belong to a very well-off family, you understand that. Because had he belonged to a well-off family, he would have had something with him. So he only had peanuts and he walked for most of the first day to Kannur. And then he got on the train to Chennai. And on the train, he saw that a group of people were playing cards next to him and they were shouting all night. Now you see, someone's calling him. Hey, what? New to town? Obviously, he is new to town. He opened his eyes, but he couldn't see anyone. He was surprised. All of a sudden, popped a face from behind him. Why is she calling me? And why is a girl wearing a banyan? It's not common for girls to just be roaming around in vests in villages. But you see, rag pickers are children and people who pick rags from the dirt or the waste that we throw from our house. So he finds the girl very peculiar. But the girl is trying to interact. No need to stare stupidly. What's your name? The girl is saying, why are you staring at me? What's so funny about it? The girl has understood. The girl is smarter. She's been in the city. Remember, she's seen many like Velu. Run away from home? She asks him. He didn't want to tell some strange girl that he had run away because he couldn't stand his father beating him one more day. So his father was not treating him well. His father would drink and beat Velu. So Velu decided to run away. But the girl tells Velu, this place is full of children like you. There are so many children who are lost, don't know where to go, and they come to the city. The girl obviously knows that he is hungry. Hungry? You won't get food by sitting here glumly, making faces. I can find if you want. She picked up her sack and started to walk away. What should I do? Where's she going to take me? Velu is confused. He doesn't know if he should follow the girl, if he should stay at the railway station, what should he really do? Then he decided to follow the girl because he had no other place to go. He ran after her. When they got to the road, smoke and dust flew at him from all sides, making his head spin. Villages don't have too many vehicles, too much of smoke and dirt, so Velu was all of a sudden taken aback. So you see, how different does a child who comes from a village feels in a city. Velu kept hesitating and the girl finally dragged him to the other side. So Velu could not even cross the road by himself. Had it not been for this girl, Velu would have been truly lost in a big city. Velu couldn't reply to her because he was staring at a huge hoarding. Now he's seeing hoardings also for the first time. Big hoardings of advertisements that are put. They turned onto a bridge and stopped to peep over the traffic and buildings. If you are not careful, you'll soon be counting bars there. That's the central jail. So the girl is warning Velu that if you don't take care, you'll land up in the jail. Velu is surprised. I haven't done anything wrong. You don't have to do anything. Just don't get caught, that's all. Because many people have that impression that children who are wandering around like that can cause mischief. They can steal or they can do unsocial things. So they are generally complained against. So that's why the girl says, just don't get caught. If you are caught, you'll be behind the bars. Velu is wondering, what does she mean? He's got no idea. What are you carrying in that bag? Things, bottles, paper, plastic cups. Why do you think rag pickers pick all this? Because they have recycling value. So when they pick up all these things, they take them to recycling plants and then they can get some money for themselves. How far away is the food? Now Velu is getting impatient because he's hungry and he don't know where he'll get the food. The girl takes him to a bin. Now imagine the food that you waste every day. That food can fill someone's stomach. So only cook as much as you need. Only put on the plate as much as you want to eat. Don't waste. There are other children who go hungry, don't have food to eat. Don't even buy if you don't need it. Don't stock your fridge. Don't waste anything. Whatever is there, utilize it to the fullest. So the girl has taken Velu to a dustbin. Here's your food. Come on, hero. Eat it. You think I like it? I told you I'll find you something to eat. Don't think I have money to buy food for you. You'd better eat what you get until you have your own money. So the girl is saying whatever is there you have to eat. I don't enjoy it either. But you got to eat. So you have to eat it. Are you going to eat leftovers? Velu is confused. He's never seen this before. He's never done this before. And he doesn't want to do it either. Velu hesitated, but his stomach squeezed him again. That means he was really hungry and desperate. If you are still hungry, you'll have to wait for them to finish lunch. After work, I'm going. See how pathetic the condition is. People like you and me, we have lunch and we throw. And those things that we waste and throw, somebody else fills their stomach with them. What should we do? We should make sure that we don't waste, first thing. Second, if you have a wedding or a big party or anything around you where you see that there's a lot of food being wasted, there are lots of NGOs these days, everything available on internet. Just message. They'll pick it up from your place and give it to people who are really in need. Now finally Velu has got some senses because he's eaten something. His stomach is a little bit full. He's asking the girl her name. Girl says, my name is Jaya. Velu says, can I come with you? Come if you want this bag's full. Come if you want this bag's full. I have to go home to get another one. So the girl is saying, come if you want to, but I have to go home because my bag is full. Velu panicked because he didn't know the girl very well, but he didn't have any place else to go. So he went with the girl. The girl has taken him to her house. Is this where you live? These houses are strange. Why are they strange? Have you seen the slums? The slums are made of metal sheets, tires, bricks, wood, plastic, whatever people can gather for free. They make slums with that. Each house to house, they are connected. There's no washroom. There are no proper drainage facilities. There is no water, drinkable water there. It's terrible. And do you know the biggest slum of Asia is in our country? Dharavi in Mumbai is the biggest slum of Asia. So Velu is seeing it for the first time. In village, population is less. You see lesser of slums. Even if people don't have money, they make mud houses. They thatch it with the trees, the wood that they cut from the trees. Yeah, but here Velu sees that it's a very, very weird situation. Jaya pushes a sack and stick into his hand. She tells him, don't just loiter around. If you want to be around, make yourself useful. At least help me now. Here, take this and come with me. The only work he'd ever done was on the farm. Weeding and taking cows out to graze. So he would take out weeds from the farm and take cows for grazing. Are there any farms in the city? She laughed and thumped her stick on the ground. Farms? There are no farms here. We are rag pickers. We collect paper, plastic, glass, such things and sell it to Jam Bazar Jaggu. So there's a person who collects all this from them. Velu is confused. And why do you think there are no farms in the city? Because we keep on going, we keep on multiplying and we keep on building area for us to live. Residence, factory. We don't care about the environment. So this one chapter is teaching you so many things about food, about environment, about the differences between the city and the village, about the life of children who are forced into child labor. Who's Jam Bazar Jaggu? Velu asks. Why is he buying all this? He sells it to a factory. Come on, I don't have time to waste. Look here, if someone gets there before us, we don't get anything. So if another rag picker picks up things before them, they won't even have that. I'll do it for now until I find a better job. Velu has that idea in his head that I'm just doing it for a while, but I will find something better to do for myself. I hope you all understand the essence of the chapter and understand why this chapter is in your text and why and what is it trying to portray to you. We as a society, I always tell you, I want you all to grow up to be sensible, responsible citizens. We can't just look for ourselves. We can't just work for ourselves. We have to make sure that we contribute to the society in the most proper manner and we become good citizens and make a positive society to live around. Now we'll discuss the words that you don't understand, whatever is left of it in the group, and all the question answers in the group. Thank you, class.